This happened when I was in 10th grade, and I still get chills thinking about it. It was the last day of school in June 2018, and like most high schools, we had this tradition where each graduating class would bury a time capsule somewhere on campus. The seniors that year had decided to bury theirs behind the old gymnasium near the woods that bordered our school property. I wasn't supposed to be involved in any of this. I was just a sophomore. But my older brother Marcus was graduating, and he'd asked me to help him and his friends with the ceremony. The plan was simple. Wait until after the final bell, sneak around to the back of the gym, and bury this metal box filled with photos, letters, and random mementos from their high school years. There were about 8 of us total, Marcus and 6 of his friends, plus me tagging along like the annoying little brother I was. The spot they'd chosen was pretty secluded, tucked between some overgrown bushes and the tree line, perfect for not getting caught by any lingering teachers or security guards. We got there around 4 p.m., just as the last buses were pulling out of the parking lot. Marcus had brought a shovel he'd stolen from the maintenance shed, and his friend Jake had the time capsule, this old ammunition box he'd found at an Army surplus store. The thing was heavy, probably 30 pounds or so, packed tight with all their senior year memorabilia. The digging started off normal enough. The ground was softer than expected, probably from all the spring rain we'd had. Marcus was making good progress, sweat dripping down his face as he worked. We were all joking around, talking about how weird it would be when they dug this thing up at their 10-year reunion. That's when things got strange. About 2 feet down, Marcus hit something with the shovel. Not a rock or a root, but something that made a hollow, metallic sound. We all looked at each other confused. Jake made some joke about buried treasure, but I could tell Marcus was genuinely puzzled. He cleared away more dirt, and that's when we saw it. Another metal box, almost identical to the one Jake was carrying. Same size, same military green color, same latching mechanism. The only difference was that this one looked old. Really old. The metal was corroded in places, and there were patches of rust eating through the corners. "What the hell is that?" someone asked. I think it was Jake, but honestly we were all thinking the same thing. Marcus tried to lift it out, but the box was stuck. More digging revealed that it was buried deeper than we thought, maybe 3 feet down total. It took 2 of them working together to finally haul it up to ground level. The thing was heavy, even heavier than Jake's time capsule. And when they set it down, we could all hear something rattling inside. Not the soft shuffle of papers or photos, but something harder. Something that clinked against the metal walls when the box moved. "Should we open it?" Marcus asked, looking around at the group. I wanted to say no. Every instinct in my body was screaming that we should just put the thing back and forget we'd ever found it. But I was 15 and outnumbered, and teenage curiosity is a powerful force. Jake was the one who actually did it. He knelt down next to the box and started working on the latches. They were corroded pretty badly, but after a few minutes of struggle, they finally gave way with a rusty screech that made all of us wince. The smell hit us first. It wasn't decomposition or anything like that, but something chemical and sharp that burned the back of your throat, like bleach mixed with something metallic. We all took a step back, covering our noses. "Jesus, what is that?" Marcus coughed. Jake lifted the lid fully, and we all crowded around to see inside. What we found still haunts me to this day. The box was filled with Polaroid photographs. Hundreds of them, all scattered loose inside the container. But these weren't normal school photos or yearbook pictures. These were surveillance photos. Pictures of students walking through the hallways, sitting in classrooms, eating lunch in the cafeteria, all taken from hidden vantage points, like someone had been secretly documenting student life at our school. But here's the thing that really freaked us out. The students in the photos were wearing clothes and hairstyles from decades ago. The pictures looked like they'd been taken in the 1980s, maybe even earlier. The quality was that faded yellowish tone that old Polaroids get. Marcus picked up one of the photos. It showed a girl, maybe 16 or 17, sitting alone at a lunch table. She was looking directly at the camera, but her expression wasn't natural. She looked terrified, like she just realized someone was watching her. In red ink, someone had written "Subject 23" across the bottom of the photo. We started going through more of the pictures, and they all had similar markings. Subject 15, Subject 08, Subject 31. Each photo showed a different student, all of them looking uncomfortable or scared, all of them seemingly unaware they were being photographed until the moment the picture was taken. But the worst part was at the bottom of the box. Underneath all the photos was a leather journal bound with a rubber band. Jake opened it, and inside were detailed notes about each student, their schedules, their habits, where they lived, who their friends were. The handwriting was small and meticulous, like whoever wrote it spent hours perfecting each entry. One entry particularly stuck with me. It was about a student identified only as Subject 19. The notes described how this student always stayed late after school for drama club, how she walked home alone through the park. Shut. We need to get out of here, now. But as we started to pack everything back into the box, we heard footsteps coming through the woods behind us. Slow, deliberate footsteps, like someone was trying to be quiet, but not quite managing it. We all froze. The school was supposed to be empty.